Are you? Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, it's word on the street. We just talk to the people that come by, and very open ended.
Yeah,
And
I'm here.
we always start off with the same question: what is the word on the street?
The word on the street is energy. There's a lot of energy in this park tonight or today. There was a lot of energy yesterday. The city is up. They're around, and they're living, whether it's hail, rain, or shine.
I was here yesterday. Was this going on too?
I wasn't here yesterday. I was exploring a few of the other parks, and I think there were similar celebrations going on. But no, this is definitely something special. A lot of people out, a lot of people from different backgrounds too. So it's great to see.
Do you know what this is? Because we were trying to figure it out. It's some sort of festival. It seems like a lot of Indian, Middle Eastern people. Is it? What is it? Do you know?
Can't help you there, unfortunately. I know it's an Indian festival. My family is Indian, but I'm not sure what it is exactly. I was going to search it up actually as I was walking, so can't help there, unfortunately.
Are they going to be mad at you for not knowing?
No, my mum should be all right. Well, we'll see. I don't know about other people, maybe, but yeah.
So you live in New York. You're here for the summer, visiting.
I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I live and work there. I'm visiting some friends in New York. Just been here for a couple of days and going to be here for a few more. Just walking around, seeing the sights and having a good time.
Have you been here before?
I've been here a few times before. I've been 3 or 4 times, and each time I've normally spent a weekend or so in a different area, and so I'm just exploring exploring what New York has to offer. There's so much going on everywhere.
That's the thing. It's hard to run out of new places or things to do. So I guess this time, like, what are some new things you're trying? New places you're going?
Yeah, so one of the big things that I wanted to do was cycle along the Hudson River, and I'm staying in East Village, and so I put the Google Maps coordinates to Hudson River, and it said about 20 minutes to cycle over. I ended up cycling through Brooklyn, over the bridge, around, and finally made my way to Hudson River. So I've cycled a lot around the city unknowingly because it's been hard to follow Google Maps. But yeah, I've enjoyed cycling. I've enjoyed visiting some of the other parks and just trying all the different food that's around. I'm going to have some Georgian food later tonight, and we'll see what that has to offer, but I'm sure it's going to be great.
Different from the Georgian food you're used to, right?
Definitely different from the Georgian food I'm used to, but I haven't had any before, so my palate is clean and I'm ready to experience it.
So when are you going back to Atlanta?
I'll be back. I'll be going back in a few days. So,
Will you be there next weekend?
will I be in Atlanta next weekend? I'll be in Atlanta next weekend.
It's funny you mentioned that. I'm going to Atlanta next Friday.
Yes.
I'll be there Saturday, then I'll fly back like Sunday evening. I got something I'm doing over there, but I'm going for the first time, so I'm only there for like a day or two, but and I have something scheduled, but I don't know what's it like. Is there anything I should try and see?
Oh yeah, I'm sure if I kind of give out some of the places, I'm gonna get flamed in the comments. I know that's coming, but do one. Very cliche. I'm going to call it out right now, but it's the Beltline. It's a long kind of paved pathway that during the summer especially, everybody's out there. They're cycling, they're rollerblading, they're blasting music, they're walking, talking. There's bars and restaurants. Anything your heart can desire is out there. That is the cliche, stereotypical response, but that's the place to be during the summer.
Good place to do a word on the street, right?
Yeah, you'll get an infinite number of people from an infinite number of backgrounds to do word on the street. So yeah,
Joaquin, you want to come to Atlanta?
Joaquin, come to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Beltline's going to be great, and you don't have to hold an umbrella or be drenched in rain too.
Exactly. So yeah. So how long you been in Atlanta?
I've been in Atlanta for the last 4 years. I've been living and working there. I came over on a scholarship to study for a little bit, and then ended up working with some people that I met. So
You at UGA?
I was at Georgia State, so as part of my scholarship, it's more of a cultural immersion scholarship, where they select an international student to come study in Atlanta every year, and I was a student selected as part of this program, and they put me at Georgia State and lived there on campus, attended classes, and yeah, it was a great time.
You liked it so much you wanted to stay?
Liked it so much I wanted to stay. Atlanta is really unique. It's got great people, great energy too, and great opportunities in any field really.
Yeah, I mean, what did you study, or I guess what area you're working in? Are those similar? Like, I guess what do you do?
Yeah, sure. So I studied at Georgia State. I studied some finance and real estate units.
There we go.
And then I ended up working for a commercial real estate firm for a year. And then I've been working at a private debt fund for 2 years now. So what I studied at Georgia State was pretty relevant. But I only did Georgia State for a year. My home degree is from Australia. It's a finance degree. And I've also studied in Sweden too. So I have 3 different universities for one bachelor's degree, and I extended it out to like a 4.5 year degree, even though it should have been a 3 year one. So been all around the place, and it's taken a bit of time, but I've enjoyed it.
How are you liking it so far?
It's been great. It's been great. I'm loving it. Atlanta is awesome. The thing that I do need to do more is explore more of the US, because my family's Indian, but I'm from Australia, and I've visited the US a few times before. But it is incredible how huge it is, but how different each state is. It's almost like each state is its own country, and there's just so much to explore. I mean, you go street to street here, and it's a different vibe altogether. So I need to spend some more time exploring other states. But yeah,
Do you have a place that's like number one to go next?
probably Colorado or Texas. I haven't been to either. Colorado, I have a friend up there, but I'm not much of a skier or snowboarder, and so I'm terrible on the slopes. But I'd still love to visit Colorado. And then as for Texas, I mean, I've heard a lot of different things about Texas. I'd love to see it myself.
It's funny. I guess they weren't Australian, but the last or two interviews ago, we were talking to two women. One of them was from New Zealand,
Yeah.
and I didn't really talk to her about this too much. We were talking about because they worked on a boat, so they essentially travel around, all the time. So they're here for like a few days, then they're going to, I don't know, somewhere else. So we talked about that, but it came up again. So I don't know, how similar is New Zealand to Australia, and like how do they compare to the United States?
That's a good question. I can't speak on how similar Australia is to New Zealand. I haven't been to New Zealand, but I do have Kiwi friends. I think they're relatively similar for the most part on the surface level, as most countries are. And we're within the same geographic regions, they speak the same language, similar values. So very similar on the surface. I'm sure if you dig a little bit deeper, there may be some differences, but I haven't been to New Zealand, so I don't know for sure. And then as for the differences between Australia, New Zealand, and the US, again, similar value system, same language, but dig a little bit deeper into some issues of politics or economics and whatnot, then it becomes you can start to see the differences for. So that's kind of a non-opinion to your question, but there are differences. I couldn't really explicitly call out too many. I think, like I said, the US is just so diverse in terms of its states, people, backgrounds. Australia is too. It's a melting pot, but the country only has a population of 26 million.
Really?
And the US is what, 330, 340?
Yeah.
Texas is 30 million. It's bigger than Australia, and Australia is almost the same size as the US. I think the US is like 1.2 times bigger in terms of land size. So,
What about from maybe a cultural perspective? Like if I went to Australia, let's say, is there anything that people do there that I would find, new or unique, or is there anything that Americans tend to do that they would see as a bit interesting?
yeah, I'm sure there are many. I think what you might be surprised by is, or you may know, there's the language that Australians use is typically a little bit more loose. Maybe throw out a few more swear words than required, and or the perception might be that you're throwing out a few more swear words than required, but it's part of the vocabulary, and oftentimes it doesn't really mean anything too much. So there's a difference there for sure. As for kind of Australians' perception, I guess, of the US, if you were doing anything in particular, I think Australians are pretty welcoming. Honestly, very welcoming, open to new experiences and new people, and travel a lot. A lot of the Australians travel, and there's a lot of them Australians in the US, in New York in particular, and throughout the Southeast and Europe. So they'll. I think that I hope, and I'm almost confident they'll welcome you with open arms.
Is there, if I were to go to Australia, what's the place to go? Tough question.
Yeah, let's split the nation up right now. The big cities: Melbourne, Sydney. I'm from Perth. Perth is a little bit quieter than Melbourne and Sydney, but it has its own unique characteristics and experiences and places to visit. In particular, some of the beaches that we have are just absolutely beautiful. Not very many people kind of live around them or spend time there. So during kind of an off season, beaches are just pristine. That's what's amazing about Perth. It has great cycling and running tracks around the Swan River, and it's just good energy and good people. Similar to Melbourne, if you like more music or raves, you'll enjoy Melbourne. And Sydney's the financial capital, I guess, of Australia. It's the powerhouse, and so it may be a little bit more corporate-y, I guess, compared to somewhere like Melbourne. And then you've obviously got the Sunshine Coast as well, and Brisbane, which are again known for their beaches.
Well, I mean, definitely sounds interesting. A lot of places, you want to go. Even like you were saying, even in the U.S., like there's so many. Even myself, like all the different states, they each have just something different to offer. But definitely go to Australia at some point. And
It's a long flight over.
it is a long flight. But before that, I will be going to Atlanta next weekend, so that'll be interesting. I'll check out.
This again?
I'll probably try to.
You're gonna try something else. Try a different project.
Yeah, I have something I'm going there for, which will take up some time, and then
Yeah.
maybe like one or two events where I meet people.
Okay.
But I should have time to do this, so I think I'll try. Maybe during the day. I got to get someone to film though, but I don't know. Maybe I'll find someone.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I was going to say, depending on what day you're in, I might be free to film if it's a weekend. I'd be happy to film and be involved. You're gonna meet some very unique people in Atlanta, as you do anywhere. So I guess we can connect after, and we can see if I can help out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there. I fly in I'll get there like Friday evening, I think, and then my flight out is Sunday at 3ish. So I'm there for the weekend. Yeah, I think I'll definitely try and do this because it's a new city, so it's a new place, new people. You kind of have to, right? At least this is my version of tourism, of seeing things. It's like you go places and you interview people, you talk to people. So
different perspectives.
Exactly.
The same thing as well. You're going to get different perspectives from people of the same nationality on the same question. So no, it's a great way to learn about the world and people in general. So.
Oh yeah, I like doing it. I mean, we always, on that note, I don't want to keep you too long,
No
but
worries.
we always end with, what message do you have for the audience?
The message for the audience is be great today. Go out, go after it. I mean, honestly, the world is your oyster, and maybe that's kind of a very privileged thing to say, but if you have the ability to, go out, go after it. Be great today.
I agree. Get after it. Let's go. Boom, boom.